Have you already found the next hot cryptocurrency that's going to 100 times? Well, that's great news. However, I do want to be realistic. Chances are that you'll need to sit on that crypto investment for a bit longer before having a shot at that type of return. Sorry for being a bit of a party pooper here. That dose of reality leads many crypto investors to wonder, what is the safest way to store their coins? After all, there's surely nothing worse than thinking you're a crypto millionaire and checking your balance only to find that all those cryptos have vanished in a puff of smoke. That is why so many people have decided to get their hands on the most secure crypto wallets money can buy. So, what type of wallet am I talking about here? Well, that would be a crypto hardware wallet. My name is Guy, and in this video I'll reveal my 5 favorite hardware wallets on the market right now, as well as the pros and cons of each. I also have a few top tips to further upgrade your crypto security. So, if that sounds interesting, then be sure to stick around till the end. Before I get going, there are a few things I need to say. I'm merely a chap that loves crypto and tries to create the best educational content possible. That means that I'm no financial advisor, and you should certainly speak to your financial guy before making any hasty moves in crypto. Also, if you've stumbled on the channel for the first time, then welcome to the Coin Bureau. I regularly make videos on all things crypto. That includes stuff like dedicated coin reviews, useful tutorials, and my personal take on the markets. So, if that all sounds like something you can get value from, then be sure to hit up that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Do that, and the YouTube gods will let you know the moment I release another video. Okay, good to go? Let's motor on into this. To kick things off, I want to go over the various ways you can store your crypto and explain why you might want to opt for that hardware wallet in the first place. If you know all about that and would rather just skip forward to my picks, then feel free to use the timestamps that I've provided here. Now, I'm going to level with you. Most crypto newcomers simply buy their cryptocurrency on an exchange and leave it there. After all, doing that is a damn convenient way to store that crypto. Honestly, most crypto veterans will tell you that is not a good idea. The reason why is that you don't actually have the private keys to your crypto, and that means you don't control it. Essentially, you are the proud owner of an IOU issued by a company, not an ideal situation. Even if that crypto exchange operates honestly, you're still trusting that they will be able to keep your crypto safe. Here's the thing though, exchanges typically hold hundreds of millions of dollars worth of cryptocurrencies for their customers, if not billions. That makes them a darn tempting target for hackers, and sometimes these online pirates actually succeed in raiding those exchange coffers. Don't believe me? Well, Mt. Gox was hacked for 85,000 Bitcoin, BitGrail for $117 million in crypto, Cryptopia for over $16 million. All of these exchanges collapsed and left their users holding the bag. Then there are some of those dodgy exchanges that end up pulling a fast one on their users. Some completely collapse like Quadriga CX, or others restrict withdrawals and make it impossible to get your coins out. Okay, I know that there are a lot of exchanges out there and one can't paint them all with the same brush. Indeed, security at some of these exchanges is super secure. But the point remains, you cannot be 100% certain of the security of your funds. Now, the next best thing you can do is to take control of your crypto private keys, and the most common way of doing that is by installing a wallet application on your smartphone or computer. I actually prepared a video earlier that's all about mobile wallets, and you can check that out right here. The main advantage of this type of crypto wallet is that they are typically completely free to use, are super convenient, and they put you in the driving seat by giving you possession of all of those important crypto private keys. The downside is that those keys are exposed every time you connect to the internet. That means if you download a malicious app or get a virus on your computer, then a hacker could steal all your crypto. This is why so many people only choose to store small amounts of cryptocurrency in these types of wallets. Yes, they are amazingly useful when it comes to buying your first coffee from Starbucks with crypto, but I really wouldn't recommend them for storing any meaningful amount of cryptocurrency. Then you have paper wallets. These were popular back in the early days of Bitcoin. However, I frankly really don't know anyone that uses them today. The main reason why are that they're super hard to create without using a network device like a printer. Insecure. They encourage people to reuse crypto addresses. Bad for privacy. Finally, they are pretty easy to lose, spill water on, or have your dog eat your private keys. So that brings me on to the final kind of wallet, the hardware wallet. I'm not going to beat around the bush here and just say that if you have more than a few $1,000s in crypto, then you are probably going to want to get one of these. So, what the heck are they? Well, hardware wallets are physical devices that act a bit like a flash drive and store your private keys. The key thing here is that the private key never leaves the hardware wallet, and the entire transaction validation process is done on the hardware wallet itself. That all means that your private keys are never exposed to the outside world, and that you can use that hardware wallet safely on a computer even if it has been compromised. This matters because the main purpose of hardware wallets is to protect against remote attacks. Indeed, according to a Binance security survey, the biggest perceived threat on crypto holders' minds was just that. So, if you're like the majority of people and are worried about remote attacks like malware and viruses, then a hardware wallet is what you want. Oh yes, another key benefit of hardware wallets is that, unlike paper wallets, they are pretty practical to use. So, even if you need to send a bunch of transactions a month, you really shouldn't have any issues here at all. Now, before you get the impression that hardware wallets are a fail-safe way to store your cryptocurrency securely, I do want to bring up two key vulnerabilities. The first is that any wallet is still susceptible to what the kids call the $5 wrench attack. For those that don't know what that is, here is a technical diagram. So yes, a hardware wallet isn't really going to protect you against someone kidnapping you and hitting you around the back of the head until you give them access to your crypto. All that being said, if you have a real thick wallet, I guess you could hire yourself a small private army of ninjas to protect yourself and your hardware wallet against that $5 wrench attack. The second vulnerability is buying your hardware wallet from an unofficial supplier. The reason why this is dangerous is that people have been known to buy hardware wallets, write down the seed words, and resell them. These nasty pieces of work then wait until the buyer loads up that hardware wallet with crypto, and then they steal the lot. You can protect yourself from all that by only getting your hardware wallets from official stores. But yes, if you see a discounted hardware wallet on eBay, I would recommend that you run for the hills. Anyhow, that is enough general jibber-jabber. I now want to share my 5 top hardware wallets so you can decide which option is best for you. At number 5, I have KeepKey. So, who are these guys? Well, KeepKey was founded in 2015 and was acquired by Shapeshift in 2017. Here's a fun fact. The CTO who oversaw the development of this wallet is called Ken Hodler. Now, with a surname like that, the guy was always destined to do big things in the crypto storage space. Feature-wise, the KeepKey hardware wallet offers the most screen real estate for any device I've tested. So, if your eyesight is a little dodgy, then you should definitely consider this option. KeepKey also has full integration with Shapeshift. That means this hardware wallet essentially has a full crypto exchange right inside it. That's damn convenient if you want to trade cryptocurrencies in one of the safest possible ways. Like most hardware wallets, the device is secured by a PIN code and is backed up with a 12-word recovery phrase. When it comes to security, I do need to tell you that KeepKey has had 1 or 2 vulnerabilities. For example, the guys at Ledger basically discovered a way to extract PIN codes from KeepKey devices. Now, I won't get into the technical details here, and I dropped a link to the article in the description below if you're interested. The good news is that this PIN vulnerability required physical access to the device, and it was fixed in a recent firmware update. When it comes to supported cryptocurrencies, KeepKey natively supports over 40 different coins. However, you can pair KeepKey with My Ether wallet to store any ERC20 token. Now, I'm just going to be straightforward here. KeepKey's competitors allow you to store way more cryptocurrencies on them. So, if you're looking to hold a diverse portfolio of altcoins in a hardware wallet, there are frankly better options out there. So, is KeepKey worth it? Well, I think this device lags behind the other hardware wallets on this list. One major gripe I have with KeepKey is the limited range of coins it supports. Personally, I would rather have the option to store more crypto in general. I see that as more future-proof for the needs of my personal portfolio. That being said, I cannot argue with KeepKey's price point. At $49, it's the cheapest hardware wallet on this list. That makes it an ideal option for casual traders or newcomers to crypto who want to spend the smallest amount possible on a hardware wallet. However, if your budget can stretch a bit further, I do think there are other better options. At number 4, I have the Trezor Model T. Alrighty, so Trezor wallets are the original hardware wallets, and they were first released by Satoshi Labs way back in 2014. The Trezor Model T is their latest device, and it comes with a full-color touchscreen. However, be warned, this premium hardware wallet comes with a pretty eye-watering price tag of $165. The device has a USB-C connector and allows you to plug in the wallet to either a computer or mobile phone. The thing to know here is that mobile support is for Android only, so sorry iPhone users. Now, if you're looking for the easiest hardware wallet device to set up and use, you're going to want to get a Trezor Model T. Literally, you just install the Trezor bridge, install the latest firmware on your Trezor, and you're good to go. You can have a look around the app, but you won't be able to generate a wallet until you've backed up your device with some seed words. When it comes to this, I always recommend getting that pen and paper out to write those down immediately. Once you have these written down, I suggest that you keep it in a really secure place. It is, after all, the master key. The really cool thing with Trezor is that once you have Trezor Bridge installed, you can access your crypto by simply going to trezor.io, hitting Wallet, selecting Trezor Model T, and punching in your PIN code. So that means everything is in your web browser. However, if you're like me and use Safari to stop your MacBook Pro from overheating, then you should know that this browser is not supported. Yes, that means I have to fire up the likes of Google Chrome and get my crypto transactions done before my laptop has a meltdown. Now, there is literally no point in getting a hardware wallet if the coins you want to store are not supported. The good news is that Trezor supports over 1,000 cryptocurrencies. So, pretty much any cryptocurrency worth holding is supported, and those that aren't supported, well, let's be kind and say that the chances are they're probably not the type of cryptocurrency you want to hold anyway. For those of you that want to store XRP, EOS, Tezos, Monero, or Cardano, you need to know that if you opt for a Trezor, you will want to get the Model T. For some reason, these cryptos are supported by this device and not the cheaper Trezor One, so just be aware of that. Earning passive income through staking does seem to be all the rage right now. And if you're into that, you might want to think twice about getting a Trezor. These hardware wallets simply do not support the same range of staking options that its competitor Ledger does. So when it comes to security, all Trezor wallets do have a specific vulnerability you need to know about. In short, the guys at Kraken found a way of cracking into a Trezor in about 15 minutes by exploiting voltage glitching in the device to get hold of the encrypted seed. The encrypted seed can then be accessed by brute forcing the PIN number securing the funds. Now I know, this all sounds super scary and you might be wondering why I still use my Trezor. The main reason why is that this method of hacking a Trezor requires the thief to be in possession of your device. Personally, I use a hardware wallet to protect me against remote attacks, and the only way someone can really get their hands on my Trezor is if they get past Coin Bureau security and manage to $5 wrench attack me. So it really depends on whether you're worried about someone ever getting their hands on your device. When it comes to Trezor integrations, the one that I definitely want to bring up is the partnership with Exodus Wallet. For those that don't know, Exodus is hands down my favorite free crypto wallet, and given how popular it is, it seems that a ton of other people agree. What this integration means is that you can basically secure your Exodus wallet with a Trezor. That's pretty handy if you love using Exodus and want to upgrade your security. So who is the Trezor T for? Honestly, if money is no object and you want the easiest hardware wallet to set up and use, then you have to take a serious look at this option. However, I do think that the Trezor One is better value. Now, at number 3, I have the Trezor One. Yes, it does not have a fancy color touchscreen, a micro SD card, Shamir backup, and supports a few less coins. However, the Trezor One only costs $55. Now, I don't know about you, but these extra features are simply not worth that sort of price difference to me. Pretty much everything else that I've said about the Trezor Model T applies to the Trezor One. So, if you want to go ahead and spend that extra $100+, then be my guest. However, if you're weighing up which Trezor to get and are a bit of a value hunter like me, then chances are the Trezor One is for you. In the second spot, I have the Ledger Nano S. If you want to get your hands on one, it will set you back $59. With Ledger hardware wallets, you'll be using the Ledger Live app to manage the applications installed on your device. You'll also be using it for your different cryptocurrency accounts. That includes things like sending and receiving crypto, or even just checking your balances. With the Ledger Nano S, you do need to be aware that you can only store 4 or 5 applications on it. That means if you have a portfolio with a ton of different coins and hate the idea of uninstalling and reinstalling apps, then you might want to consider another option. Now, you might be watching this and thinking, hey guy, everyone owns more than 4 or 5 cryptocurrencies. I'm not going to quibble with that. However, it's not all that bad because each separate blockchain will have their own app. So you can use the Ethereum app to store ETH or any ERC20 token. That means that only being able to have a couple of apps on your device at any one time is not as limiting as it may first appear. Ledger also supports over 1,000 cryptocurrencies and the asset coverage is slightly better than Trezor. If you're into staking, then Ledger also has you covered with support for popular staking coins like Trezor, EOS, Tron, Neo, Waves, and more. Moving on to security. Ledger honestly provides the most secure devices on the market and there are no known hacks for any of their devices, so a completely clean record. Oh yes, and another thing to know about Ledger is that it works with a ton of stuff in the cryptoverse. That includes things like integrations with popular Web3 wallets like MetaMask. So if you're looking to dabble in DeFi securely, then you probably want to grab yourself a Ledger. So who is the Ledger Nano S for? Honestly, if you only want to store a few cryptocurrencies and won't need more than a couple of apps on your Ledger, then this is the one to get. $59 is phenomenal value when you consider it buys the best crypto security on the market. It's now time for my final hardware wallet pick, and I have gone with the Ledger Nano X. I'm going to hold my hands up and say that I've recently been flip-flopping between the two different ledgers as my favorite hardware wallet. However, maybe I'm getting a bit older or burning my eyes out when researching these videos for you guys, but I've recently really been appreciating the bigger screen on the Nano X. Pretty much everything that I've said about the Ledger Nano S is true for Nano X. The key differences are that the Nano X will set you back $119. It's got that bigger screen, Bluetooth connectivity, and you can use it with the Ledger Live app on your mobile. The final major difference is that the Ledger Nano X can store up to 100 applications on a single device versus the 5 that the Ledger Nano S can store. Essentially, if you got 2 Ledger Nano S's, which cost the same as one X, that would mean that you could only have 10 apps at the same time. 10 versus 100? You can clearly see why I think the Nano X is better value. And so who is the Ledger Nano X for? Well, if you think you can benefit from a bigger screen, want to hold a boatload of different coins, and like the idea of using your hardware wallet on the go, then this is the hardware wallet for you. For everyone else, I'm going to be straight up with you. Save the extra money and get yourself the cheaper Nano S. And that is that. My list of the top 5 hardware wallets on the market. If you're interested in getting your hands on any of them, then I would love it if you could support my work on YouTube by using one of my affiliate links in the description below. The best hardware wallet for you will honestly depend on what coins you want to store, the functionality that you value, your budget, and what level of security you're comfortable with. I don't think many people can go wrong with a Ledger Nano S. However, if you want to screw the rest and get the best, then I'd go for that Ledger Nano X. Oh yes, and I nearly forgot. How can you further upgrade your hardware wallet security? Here are my 3 top tips. Firstly, when it comes to storing your seed words, instead of using the provided hardware wallet seed card and using a normal pen, you may want to opt for a more nondescript and sneaky method. I bought these pens on Amazon that have ultraviolet ink. you can only view the writing under ultraviolet light. So, you write out the seed in an old book of yours and store it in a hidden location. That way, if I ever get burgled, the thief won't think anything of that ancient Harry Potter book stashed in my closet. Pretty neat, right? Secondly, do make use of safe deposit boxes. For my cold wallet, where I have most of my crypto stored, I keep the device in one box at one location and then keep the seed in another box at a different location. Have to spread that risk. And then finally, there are two methods that you can use to prevent that $5 wrench attack. The first is, of course, the most obvious. Don't tell anyone about your damn crypto. The second one is a bit more of a nifty trick. Both the Trezor and the Ledger allow you to create hidden wallet. Then, if you're forced to hand over the password to your wallets, you can always give them the PIN for the main decoy wallet with your primary funds hidden. Setting this up, however, is a bit more involved. I've linked to some resources below to help you out on that. And that brings us to the end of the video. However, what do you think about my hardware wallet picks? And do you have any other security tips? I'd be interested in hearing your comments below. Finally, please don't forget to like this video if you liked it and subscribe if you loved it. Keep on hodling safely and don't forget that the crypto revolution has only just begun. Thanks for sticking in there. You really are a loyal subscriber. In order to show my appreciation for your support, I'm giving you a chance to sign up to my weekly newsletter. What is that, you ask? Well, it's basically one email every week that summarizes and crystallizes everything that's on my mind. Market moves, unreported news, and hidden coin views. Keen? Simple instructions. Head on over to the description where I've linked to a sign-up form. Here you can insert your email and hit submit. That's it. A sign-up email will be sent to you so you can confirm. Now, you may just be in time for my next email, which includes a hidden coin tip which you don't want to miss.